connecting you to the newsmakers and events that make news in the global village.
Good evening. This is the 5FM Radio Main News. The headlines. ECZ notes an omission on the ballot papers for the ongoing by-election in Lumesi district. Member says Lungu should be buried by loved ones, gets court clearance to attend funeral. And Iran nuclear scientists killed in Israeli strike. This bulletin is live on our Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia, and YouTube, 5FM Radio Zambia. With the details, my name is Lance Sannie Banda. The Electoral Commission of Zambia ECZ has noted an omission on the ballot papers for the ongoing by-election in Lumezi district, where one of the names of a participating candidate was inadvertently omitted, although all other details were correctly printed. Electoral Commission of Zambia Chief Electoral Officer Brown Kasaru says the matter is being treated with the utmost urgency and seriousness. Mr. Kasaru says the commission is currently undertaking a thorough review to establish the cause of the omission and determine the appropriate corrective measures in line with the electoral law and procedures. He says the commission regrets this lapse and assures all stakeholders and the public that the integrity of the electoral process remains the highest priority. Mr. Kasaro says comprehensive update will be provided once internal reviews are concluded and the way forward is determined. Lusaka Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Alex Mapushi has called on councils to be actively involved in the maintenance and construction of projects being conducted by the Road Development Agency RDA in order to help reduce encroachments in the province. Mr. Mapushi said there is a constant need for road expansion in Lusaka, and that those who build structures and conduct activities too close to the road are constraining themselves from future expansions. Speaking during a routine inspection of various roads scheduled to be upgraded to bituminous standards in Lusaka province, the permanent secretary said despite RDA being responsible for the overall management and maintenance of the national road network, it is important that plans regarding road infrastructure projects are shared between RDA and the council in order to leave room for possible future expansions. He added that contrary to standard procedure, there are too many structures and other activities being conducted within areas designated for road construction and maintenance, and that all permanent structures should be not less than 18 meters from the middle lane of each road. Mr. Mapushi has therefore urged councils to work closely with the RDA in order to prevent people from putting permanent structures in wrong places. Socialist Party President Dr. Fred Membe has stated that the late 60th Republican President of Zambia, Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, should be laid to rest by his friends and relatives. Dr. Membe made the remarks to journalists shortly after attending a court session in Lusaka, where the court granted him permission to travel to South Africa to attend the funeral of the late president who died in that country. He emphasized the importance of respecting people's wishes, even in death. Dr. Membe has said that he is glad that the South African courts, the South African legal system, recognize that. Dr. Membe acknowledges that while he and the late President Lungu were once estranged, they even reconciled.
It's not a secret that President Lungu and myself we are not on talking terms from 2014 to October 2023, when we first met on the plane coming from Harare from the inauguration of President Kagu. On that encounter, after a long time, I told President that something horrible went wrong between us, and that needs to be addressed before we talk about anything else.
Earlier, Dr. Membe's lawyer Simon Mueller said the case could not continue due to the funeral scheduled for tomorrow in South Africa. The matter has since been adjourned to September 22, 2025.
Morning media, we appeared this morning. This is a matter where Dr. Fred Membe was arrested in Serenje, and the matter has since been moved to Lusaka. I'm sure you have been following the event. We're unable to sit today due to the burial of Dr. Edgar Lungu, which takes place tomorrow. The court used its discretion to allow our client to go and attend to this important national event. Thank you. So the matter has been adjourned to 22nd September to 26th. So we'll keep you posted on what is happening.
The Ministry of Labour and Social Security has expressed deep sorrow over the tragic death of a dump truck driver at Kalumbila Mine, which occurred on June 21, 2025 at Sentinel Pit. In a statement issued by Principal Public Relations Officer Mwakandawa, the ministry confirms that the preliminary reports indicate the driver lost control of the dump truck while ending into the pit. The vehicle struck a hole and subsequently caught fire. Ms. Ndawa emphasizes that while mining remains one of the most vital pillars of Zambia's economy, it also ranks among the most hazardous work environments, stating that the loss of even a single life in the line of duty is one too many. She further notes that the ministry, through the Mine Safety Department and other relevant authorities, will conduct a comprehensive investigation into the circumstances surrounding the fatal accident to identify and address any safety gaps that may have contributed to the tragedy. Ms. Ndawa says that this heartbreaking incident is a stark reminder of the critical importance of occupational safety and health in a workplace. The ministry has since extended its heartfelt condolences to the bereaved family, the company, and all fellow workers affected by the loss. Creative Industries Business Summit (CIBS) that aims to unlock in Africa's creative potential opens doors tomorrow in Lusaka with international film actors attending. The summit brings together creative professionals, entrepreneurs, policymakers, investors, and others to harness Africa's creative potential for innovation, economic growth, and sustainable development. Nigerian Nollywood actors Anayo Onyekwere, popularly known as Kanayo Kanayo, and Tony Omez have arrived in the country ahead of the summit as one of the panelists. Speaking shortly after arrival at Kenneth Kaunda International Airport this afternoon, Kanayo said film industry required innovative mindset to flourish. In the meantime, Kanayo advises the film industry in Zambia to embrace the advancement in technology. Both actors are well known for the 2003 blockbuster hit movie Billionaires Club.
Zambian entertainment industry should also emulate, collaborate, cooperate, and listen to good counsel from those who have been through the track of entertainment. And that's what we're here for. Myself and my colleague Tony Gomez, to share our experience and good counsel. Tell the story of Nollywood. Not to let you make the same mistakes we made. That for you, you can tell your own stories, your local dialects, wear your native dresses, eat your local food, and go international while you think global.
And in other news trending this evening, governance and development advocates Zambia Godaza has urged political players to uphold peace and focus on issue-based campaigns as the country prepares for the upcoming by-elections in various constituencies and wards. Government has commenced urgent infrastructure works at the University Teaching Hospital UTH aimed at stabilizing and improving water supply following persistent challenges that have affected healthcare delivery at Zambia's largest and busiest medical facility. Up next, the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
The Ministry of Energy has announced that Longi Green Energy Technology CO, one of the world's leading manufacturers of solar panels, has expressed strong interest in investing in Zambia's renewable energy sector. The company plans to develop a 100 megawatt solar power plant by December 2025. The announcement follows a courtesy call by Longi executives on the Minister of Energy, Makoso Chikote, in Lusaka, during which the company outlined its investment proposal. The initiative is part of Longi's broader strategy of eventually scaling up its investment of 200 megawatts within Zambia. Mr. Chikote welcomes the initiative and reaffirmed the government's commitment to facilitating strategic investments in the energy sector, emphasizing that such developments are in line with national efforts to diversify the country's energy mix and boost power generation capacity. To ensure the effective implementation of the project, the minister has directed ZESCO Limited and the Energy Regulation Board DRB to actively engage with Longi and expedite all necessary regulatory and operational procedures. This is according to a statement issued by Ministry of Energy Principal Public Relations Officer Bob Sianjalika. Ends the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
And in news from across our borders, a senior nuclear scientist was among 9 people killed in an overnight Israeli strike in northern Iran, Iranian officials and state TV have said, hours before a ceasefire ending 11 days of conflict took effect. State TV cited sources who said the scientist, Mohammed Reza Sadiq Sabah, was killed in his parents' home in Astanaye Ashrafie in Gilan province. Gilan's deputy governor said 4 apartments were destroyed by an explosion. The Israeli government, meanwhile, said its military had eliminated an additional senior nuclear scientist in recent days without identifying them. And in sports news, Zambia under-17 men's national team coach Ian Bakala and his assistant Aaron Kawangu and Douglas Kalembo are in Cote d'Ivoire, where they are part of the FIFA Talent Development Scheme (TDS) Youth National Team Coaches Exchange Program. FIFA, in partnership with the Ivory Coast FA, has invited coaches and technical directors for the African teams that have qualified for the World Cup for a knowledge-sharing event. First technical director Lyson Zulu is part of the Zambian contingent. Zambia will be among 10 African countries that have qualified for the Qatar 2025 FIFA World Cup set for November. And now the weather report.
Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy. Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
Northwestern, Western, Southern, Lusaka, Central, Copperbelt, Luapula, Northern, Muchinga, and Eastern provinces with clear skies, windy at times, and mild to cool. Ends our weather report, and that item brings us to the end of the news. But before we go, a recap of the stories that made headlines. The Electoral Commission of Zambia (ECZ) has noted an omission on the ballot papers for the ongoing by-election in Lumezi district, where one of the names of a participating candidate was inadvertently omitted, although all other details were correctly printed. Socialist Party has stated that the late 60th president of Zambia, Edgar Chagwa Lungu, should be laid to rest by his friends and relatives. And finally, a senior nuclear scientist was among 9 people killed in an overnight Israeli strike in northern Iran, Iranian officials and state TV have said hours before a ceasefire ending 11 days of conflict took effect. For more news, follow us on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia, and YouTube, 5FM Radio. Of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the Happy Hour of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. My name is Lance Sannie. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Wow,